And welcome to today's segment of The Power of Money. I'm your host, Michelle Graves, affectionately known throughout the United States for the past 30 plus years, I'm telling my age now, trying to educate and empower my viewers on finances, health, spiritual issues as it relates to finances and health, and bringing on innovative and progressive trailblazers to talk about subjects that you need to know about, hopefully to enlighten you, to educate you, and to empower you and your families. Today is no exception. I have a remarkable gentleman in the studio today as my guest for the next hour to talk about health issues, lifestyle issues, and spiritual issues as they relate to one's health. He's a gentleman that I have known for well over 30-something years, I would say. And I was delighted to reacquaint with him at a presentation in Cincinnati where Dr. Clement came up from the Hippocrates Health Institute and spoke with us for well over 2 hours about issues facing this country that left us all saying, oh my God, we must do better. So I saw him, he saw me, it was a wonderful reacquaintance, and I told him, I need you to come on my show and to help my viewers to begin to take control of their health life, which will affect their mind processing. So without further ado, my guest today is RickHoward, and he is the CEO of Genesis Health, a 16-year-old company that is in Liberty Township, Ohio. And he's an herbalist and an herbalist for herbalists, offering consultative services as well as personal practitioner services for people that have health challenges. RickHoward.
Glad to be here, Michelle.
It's been a long time.
It's been too long.
I know, but I'm so delighted to see where your head is at.
Well, I'm glad you can see it.
I can definitely see it. You wouldn't have been at that presentation if you were not on that path. So tell me a little bit about what you're doing and what got you into this, and so that my viewers can be enlightened.
Well, as you know, years ago.
Don't tell my age.
I'll tell mine in
okay.
the midst of telling yours. But some years ago, I was wholeheartedly invested into graphic design, marketing, business development, that type of thing, and I loved it.
And you were so good at it.
I loved it.
Yes.
I mean, I thought, God, thank you.
I mean, you branded me as the money lady.
Few people have a career that they love.
Right.
So I loved it.
Right.
Okay.
And you did a great job.
It was going great. I even worked after a while in my pajamas.
Oh my God.
People would come and say, oh, I want you to do this. I say, okay, let me think about that. So I loved that. And then all of a sudden, it seemed to me, in my life, God said, I want you to do something else. And I'm like,
really now?
Me?
Me?
Oh, no, he's over there. He said, no, you.
Oh.
And so it was really a calling for me.
How'd you feel when he pulled you like that?
Strange.
Strange.
I tell you, it was like, what? But when you know God's voice to you, then there's no doubt.
Right.
I mean, it felt to me like how it must have felt to Abraham when he said, take your son and kill your son.
Yeah, like really?
Hello? You know, hey, hello? I was a little taken back.
Yes.
I didn't know, I mean, I didn't know what I considered anything more about health than anybody else. I mean, you know, I was a vegetarian.
Okay.
I became a vegetarian in 1975.
Okay.
So I've been a vegetarian, I guess, by the end of this year, 41 years.
Yes, you're a vegetarian.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So I'm a vegetarian. And, but I didn't know, but it was through a process of his leading and it was so strange because he taught me. Okay, I'm
Whoa,
going to tell you
tell
something.
me about this.
I'm going to tell you something because that's critical. For a long time, I did not know how to talk about that with people. Okay, what school you went to, what this, that, and the other. That's the way people deal with learning, education. And when people would say, who taught you these things? And I would say, you know, how do you tell when you're talking to, and I've done seminars for,
I saw your profile all over the world.
all over places. I mean, I was in Germany, you know, Holland or Canada or, you know, doing stuff. And for a long time, I was tongue-tied. I didn't know what to say.
God taught me.
Well, you know, God taught me. And they say, well, yeah, but
tell me
where
more.
did you really learn?
Right.
I'm like, that's where I learned. And they, you know, they didn't, but I'm more comfortable with that now because I have learned that all education is really about experience and directives. Okay, we take our directives. It might be from a PhD program that gives you a directive, but unless you have any experience,
it means nothing.
It means nothing.
As young people are finding out today.
Yeah, they have that
They
degree.
have the degree or multiple, but they
no
don't have a clue.
Opportunity,
No opportunity, no anything.
Directive.
Right.
So God just took me and said, I'm going to give you the most potent thing I can give you is my guidance and my directives.
And you listen.
And then as you follow me, you'll gain an experience.
Well, you do know my previous guest was Ron Todd,
right,
who talked about God is his CEO, powerful, powerful man, and this is just what he was talking about.
Well, for me, I saw that show and I was like,
whoa,
okay, I like this.
I like this.
Well, because when it comes to health and learning and all of this stuff, everybody's hung up on the science of things. But who or how can you gain more than the Creator gave himself?
You can't.
It's just a matter of gaining his experience, his direction, and then as you gain that understanding, and I'll give you a quick example.
Okay. Okay, yeah, we're going. Okay, all right.
I mean, I think I was in Minnesota doing some seminars, and a young man came to me and he said, my wife is in the hospital. Can you come? Because they're struggling. She's struggling. We can't. She was only, what, 38, and she had her third back surgery. This was her third back surgery. And she was in pain, unbelievable. So they were using Percocets, they were using morphine, and they had given her more and more morphine. Ativan, trying to stop this pain.
Turning her into a dope addict.
Nothing worked. That's the worst thing. She was still in excruciating pain. She was loopy and itching besides. So she's scratching and in pain. And so he said, can you see if there's anything you can do? And I said, okay. So I came. I looked at her hand. I looked at her face. I looked at, you know, I said, oh, I think I know the problem. And he said, you do? And he said, what? I said, she needs a smoothie. And you should have seen, I mean, he was trying to control.
He needs a smoothie.
I said, she needs a smoothie and she needs a drink. And he was like, okay.
Okay.
And so I wrote down, I said, you take this, go to the grocery store and get these things and make this drink and make this smoothie and give it to her the way that I'm saying.
And tell me what happened, please.
So she was, like I said, in so much pain. They were giving her super high doses of morphine just to try to quell the pain, and it wasn't working. So he went and got this smoothie ingredients, made the smoothie, made this little drink.
Gave it to him.
The next day, 90% of her pain was gone.
Stop.
The next day, she was pain-free, no
Stop.
medicine.
Stop.
At home washing dishes.
Stop.
At her, standing at her sink, no pain, washing dishes. So I'm saying, the doctors were like,
what is
confused
this? I
because
bet they were.
That's what I mean. See, if you have a degree and but you have no, or the wrong directives.
Right.
And then you have no guidance or experience, then your degree is worthless. See, your information can't tell you how something from the grocery store could stop pain better than morphine, Percocets, and these things, you see? So for me, that's one part of my experience with God is let me teach you, let me guide you, let me give you an experience that nobody can take away from you now. I am, working on a naturopathic doctorate. I mean, I think that's okay.
It's okay.
I've probably got, more books on health than anybody that I know of, and that experience has helped me as well, just having that. But the greatest thing that I have learned is to take God's guidance from the scriptures and then apply that to therapy.
Okay, with predictable outcome.
With very predictable
outcomes.
You see?
If I might deviate just a minute, because, and no disrespect to allopathic medicine, which is cut them up, dice them up, drug them up, and throw them under the bus. I absolutely believe that most doctors are well-intentioned.
I do too.
But I do feel that they have been programmed in this culture, the Western culture, more so than Asia and other cultures, even Europe, to a dynamic that is actually at cross purposes to the highest and best internal construct of human beings.
Well, I think that is kind of a critical thing that you just mentioned there, because in order for us to really gain a proper understanding of health, you have to go back to the roots that God created man in his own image and then after his likeness. So he also gave instructions. The first commandment that God gave to man after revealing his purpose was what? Be fruitful multiply. Replenish the earth. That was his purpose, which didn't have to do with sex.
Right,
Okay,
not at all. No, I'm clear. I'm clear. Replenishing means to make full again.
When he says be fruitful, he means find something good to do.
Woo!
Multiply it, and then fill the earth with it.
Oh my God!
You see what I'm saying?
Oh my God!
So
this is
that
good.
is
this
being
is good.
fruitful. That's instruction
that's your
to
instruction.
every young person and old person.
Did you just hear that, viewers?
Find something good to do.
Find something good to do.
Multiply it. Become good at it. Gain an experience at it. Then fill the earth. You have an empire, so to speak.
Yes.
Fill the earth. That's the dominion, filling the earth with good things. But anyway.
Oh my God. Can I take another awesome man in here talking to me about God?
But
Woo!
you see something, but the first command that he gave to mankind was about eating. Look at that. Most people don't think food and eating is very important. Oh, I believe in God. Oh, I'm saved. This.
Oh, no cerebrals, please.
Yet, the first thing God told Adam and Eve about was eating. So how much importance was God putting on what you eat and how you eat? And there was no sin in the world yet.
Right. Well, tell me what he said for the benefit of our viewers.
He said, first of all, you may freely eat of all these things that I have created, which says a lot, because he didn't say, eat anything you want. He said, you may freely eat of these trees, of these things, and he defined their diet, okay?
Okay.
He even told the animals where he, this is Genesis 1:29, 1:30. He even told the animals couldn't eat what they wanted. He told them what to eat. But then he said, but the tree over there of the knowledge of good and evil, notice it was mixed. It wasn't just evil, it was
good.
Something looked good about it, but something. What was evil about it was he said, don't bother it.
Don't bother it.
So if there is a directive from God that says, do not touch something, do not eat something, even if I have no scientific evidence of why I should not, I should leave it alone. I should not touch it. They did not get in trouble till they ate the way God said don't eat.
Oh, no.
So my purpose for people in physical health, mental health, moral health, and I combine those things.
I like that, physical, mental, and moral.
You have three powers. Why? Because we're made in the image of a triune God.
Yes.
Father, Son, and Holy Spirit.
Yes.
So 3 in 1.
Right.
So that has to be reflected in my life.
Yes.
Physical, mental, moral. 3 in 1. Okay. Any one of those dynamics that are left to fall to the floor is going to ruin my life. Think about it.
No, I'm thinking. I'm there.
Physically,
right.
You could be as rich as you want to be, but if you're sick and you die, all your riches, all your intelligence is worthless. Or mentally. You have all the money, but you can't think, oh wow.
Right.
It's over with.
It's all over with. Alzheimer, dementia.
Morally,
okay.
though, let's say you have the greatest intellect. You have all the money, material success. But morally, you have no mooring, no bearing. Then your life is going to be shattered. So all 3 of these dimensions of power must come together to make a successful life. And that's why so many people are failing, because they live a one-dimensional life or at best a 2-dimensional life.
But not a 3.
Not a 3-dimensional life.
I appreciate, this is powerful. Are you all learning something here? I am. This is what you have said in the short time we have talked is life-changing. This is life-changing.
Well, I think I put it this way, it's life-transforming.
Okay.
See,
okay.
Change is easy. Everybody changes. That's the problem. You see, I'm good this day. I'm only going to eat this. I'm only going to do this. I'm not going over there anymore. But then tomorrow comes.
Right, and then tomorrow change. And you change it.
Oh, well, I'm only going to have one piece of this. See, but transformation means that I have a new set of directives.
Okay.
No longer is my directive to just satisfy what tastes good to me. My directive is, oh, I will only do what God says. I will only eat what God says. I will only live. Right. I will only think what God says. I will only pursue what God says pursue. Now that's a transformation, because now somebody could come to me and say, Michelle, do this. That's not on my directive.
That's not on my to-do list.
I'm not going to do that.
No.
See, now, quote unquote, dieting goes out the window.
Right.
I have a way of life now. Now I eat for a purpose. 1 Corinthians 10:31, since we were getting into scripture.
Yes, yes.
Whether therefore you eat or drink or whatever you do, do all to, there's the directive.
Right.
Do all to the glory of God.
So
That's the
where does
directive.
the argument, because obviously we both are focused on the quality of life having to do with your what you consume, and we don't have to talk about the American diet because it is frightening, it is scary, and I'm just trying to find an answer here for people that do recognize that they are obese, that they are out of control, that they're addicted, and we do know foods are infused with.
Well, I think that I look a little deeper at
Okay,
this
well.
subject. I mean, I think when we talk about money,
Okay.
okay, we always say, well, most people think I'm gonna win the lottery. They want it easy.
Okay, right, okay.
Or I'm gonna get a high-powered job. I'm gonna be a lawyer or a doctor or something that automatically brings me this money. Or I inherit it.
Oh, that's even better.
That's even better.
And
right?
Betsy dies.
And Betsy dies.
And I get the
daddy, God bless his soul, he left me a
lot of money.
Okay.
Okay.
But remember, there are these three dimensions. So you don't just inherit money and things and resources. You also inherit a climate from your ancestors.
Okay.
You inherit their weaknesses or strengths. Your grandmother was a smoker. Your father was a smoker. And so he didn't make you a smoker, but he made you lean
In that direction.
in that direction.
Okay.
So your choices now have to be made in light of my leaning, or else I have a weakness that makes
pull me
me
there.
equally fall over. So now, but if I inherited strength, a good constitution, that inheritance will either bless or curse. And today they call that epigenetics. See?
Exactly.
In the scriptures, Exodus 20, he said, God is speaking, and he said, he said, curse those to the third and fourth generation of those that hate me. Well, people say, well, I don't hate God. He doesn't mean emotion. He's saying, if you don't do what I instruct you to do, I equate that as hate.
Whew.
But he said, and blessing, showing mercy to thousands, to the third and fourth generation of them that love me and keep my commandments. Here's what he's saying. My health and the revelation of the viewer's health has to be seen from that perspective. I'm in my position because I inherited strengths or weaknesses. I inherited an environment of customs and habits that are either blessings or curses to me.
Ooh.
And then my choices cap off what these, determined was my direction. So even your genetics, your DNA, and this is something the viewers need to understand. Your genetics does not determine your outcome.
Whoa.
Your genetics determine your direction, and your lifestyle and choices about lifestyle determine your destiny. That's epigenetics.
That is very powerful.
That's epigenetics. So
Right.
now there's this interplay between what I started with and what I choose and where I am, that those three dynamics come together to make whether I'm healthy. Now let's put that in a practical way. Say I have arthritis.
Okay.
And my mother had arthritis,
Yep.
and my grandmother
Grandmother.
has arthritis, and they tell me, my sister has arthritis, and my brother has. So I'm going to have arthritis.
Right.
Okay. So the first thing I have to do is I ask most people, well, what is arthritis? Well, my bones hurt.
Okay.
Well, no. See, now this is going to flip the script on health for people. When you want to overcome a health weakness, you must spend, viewers, 70% of your energy, time, and resources on understanding the problem.
Wow. Why?
Okay, I've got arthritis.
Yep.
My knee is killing me. What is that? So if I take a pill and it stops my knee from hurting, like they say on the television, take two of these,
yeah,
you know?
Yeah, right.
Okay,
I
so
have a heart attack.
if
Okay.
I start doing that and I take a pill, I never know what caused me to get there in the first place. So I will keep doing the thing, and I have to keep taking the 2 pills to try to alleviate the pain. But let me show you something. Uric acid and urea buildup in the body is the cause of most people's bone deterioration. Do you know what controls your bones and the calcium and all of that? Your kidneys.
Whoa.
The kidneys. So the
my God.
kidneys
Okay.
control the electrolytes and your blood pressure, by the way. So so what impacts the kidneys? Now, the American Kidney Foundation did a study. Okay, and we're talking about power. I'm not getting away from. We're talking about power
I
and
just
knowledge.
came out of a kidney situation.
So this is what I'm saying.
Okay.
This is why I'm saying this.
Okay, talk to me.
The American Kidney Foundation took 61 healthy young people.
Okay.
Okay, they put them on a high protein diet. Okay, low carb diet.
Okay.
They said we're going to do this for 6 weeks. See what the outcome
Okay.
is. After 2 weeks, they had to stop.
Because?
Because of the damage done to their kidneys in 2 weeks.
From the protein.
From high protein diets. They said bone loss.
Whoa.
Kidney dysfunction. High serum blood calcium levels. So many other, acidification, pH change, all this in 2 weeks.
From high protein.
High protein.
Meat-based protein or plant-based protein?
Meat-based, okay. And let me explain that, but let me just
okay, well,
finish
let me
this
finish it because I don't want to deviate.
Yeah, because,
this is too good.
Because once they saw these changes, they said, oh, no, we can't go on like this. So they moved them to a moderate protein diet,
okay,
increasing some carbs back into the diet.
Okay.
So they did that for another 4 weeks.
And?
At the end of it, they said the effect of protein on the body, on the kidneys particularly, loss of calcium. It causes the kidneys and the body to pull out calcium from the bones and get it out of the body, okay?
Whoa.
They said kidney function is greatly diminished by a high protein diet, okay? Now, I want to explain something since we brought that up, because again, we're getting to how do we get rid of this arthritis?
Right.
Well, if you don't know that a high protein diet is going to be a root cause for your arthritis, then you'll take those 2 pills to give you temporary relief when what God promised you was healing.
Healing, right.
Relief is not the same as healing.
Not at all.
Okay.
Not at all.
So if you didn't learn about those things, you'd keep doing the things that kept you there, and you'd be praying, Lord, heal my arthritis.
Yeah, and,
heal
it's
my, and you'll never know. So you have to, he said, my people, Hosea 4:6, my people are destroyed for what? lack of knowledge. But that's where most people end the text. The text doesn't end there. What else does it say? It says, and because you have rejected knowledge, I will also reject you. And because it says further on, and because you have rejected knowledge, I will also reject your children. You see that generational thing now. Because I'm doing what my parents did, and I don't learn to make different choices, more informed choices, I'm going to repeat whatever weaknesses I inherited from them.
Because you did not make
better informed choices. You see? So I have to learn that if I have blood pressure problems, the first thing I have to ask myself is, okay, is there something causing the blood pressure that I can change? Well, I look in the mirror, I've got a boulder on my chest. So I don't need an herb, I don't need a pill or medicine. I need 2 friends to get this boulder off my chest.
Yes.
And my blood pressure is
gonna go.
I don't need a pill. I need a Band-Aid, baby, but I don't need a pill, you see? So it's the same with every dynamic in our lives. Mentally, morally, I have to first work from a basis of knowledge. That's the most important thing. So first, you determine the cause. Is there an immediate cause? My leg is hurting. Oh, I'm in a bear trap.
Yeah.
What herb do I need? You see, I don't need a herb.
You don't need it. You need to be removed from the bear trap.
Hey, let's get this bear trap off my feet. Most people are causing their own problems with their health, yet they're looking for a solution in a bottle. And as long as you keep pursuing it that way, you'll end up in the same place over and over and over and over. Okay?
Until ultimately your body, your cells, your little 50 trillion community makes a decision that we're out.
Well, they say we can't do this anymore. We can't do this anymore. I'm sorry, I'm going to fail.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So now, the second thing is, do I have a bad habit that's adding to this? So the boulder
on the chest,
that might have been, it fell from the roof and landed on my chest. Okay, I didn't plan that.
Right.
But it happened to me,
it's there, right?
Okay. So we get that off. But then I'm eating, pork rinds, potato chips, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, greasy bacon, whatever. Will that add some damage or will it add life to my body? You see, I've got to look at, do I have habits? I'm drinking 12 beers a day. I'm doing whatever I'm smoking. I don't drink water. I don't like water.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So that's the next thing is I've got to determine whether or not it's my own thing that's causing this problem. Once I've done that, I've determined bad habits, things that can change, then I say to myself, well, okay, now once I've determined, first I said learn about the thing.
Right.
Second, can I change some immediate thing? Third, is there a bad habit? And then fourth, so it's really 75% of it is investigation.
Right.
Lastly, now can I assist nature? Now can I say, is there something I can take that will help me bring balance to my blood pressure? Why? Likely because of my kidneys. 95% of blood pressure. How much?
95%
of blood pressure in this country, the doctors call primary hypertension. Do you know what the official medical cause of that is?
I have no idea.
That's right.
I mean, I have no idea.
No, that's right.
Oh.
That's the official
Wait a
medical.
minute. They have no idea.
They have no
They
idea.
have no idea. Oh my
That's
God.
the official
Stop.
medical cause
Rick,
is
come on.
we have no idea.
We have no idea. But they're
5%
giving you
of the
drugs. Wait, come on now.
Wait a minute.
Wait a
See?
minute.
That's violation of those little laws. See, first, what is hypertension? I ask people that all the time. Well, my pressure is high. Wait, listen. You step outside, and unbeknownst to you, the neighbor's Great Dane is loose. And you didn't know.
No,
And he's looking at you.
Dinner time.
What are you going to do? My heart will start pounding. My blood pressure will go up. Oh, wait a minute. Did that dog just give me high blood pressure? And I'm running to get away from him? My blood pressure is going to be high. Blood pressure in that circumstance is intended to be high.
To keep you moving.
To keep you moving. It's a dynamic. So blood pressure is really not a disease. It is an indicator
of something
how
else.
you're dealing with the dynamics of day-to-day life.
Including stress.
Any kind of stress.
Any kind
I
of-
guarantee you that dog chasing you
that is stress.
That's stress. So the Lord intended for the heart to be able to beat stronger. It creates more torque so your legs can move and you can get away from that dog. If it didn't happen that way, you would die. You couldn't move.
Whoa.
So high blood pressure in that case is not a disease, is it? That dog didn't give you a disease. Same thing with this, diabetes. It's the same issue. It's not a disease.
It's a lifestyle.
Diabetes, what they call diabetes. Okay, I'm going to illustrate it this way.
Please,
and you'll love this. You'll love this.
I'm loving all of this.
Look, we're sitting in the living room, and you start smelling smoke. Mm-hmm. What is that? All of a sudden, the smoke detector goes off.
Okay.
Lights flashing, noise it's making.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so you call 911. The
Right,
fire department comes. They said, Michelle, where is the smoke detector? You said, what? They said, where's the smoke detector? You said, well, it's right there. And they said, good, bring the ladder. They get up to your smoke detector, hack it out. The lights stop, the noise stop. They say, okay, we're good, we're gone. What's the problem?
Really?
They didn't deal with the fire.
They didn't deal with the fire.
That's what happens with medication for diabetes or hypertension. They cut off the noise, your numbers go down, but they left the fire there to destroy the house. You see? So diabetes is really an emotional or a hormonal response just telling you how well you're digesting and how well you're metabolizing, okay? But guess at the end of that process, the kidneys are reabsorbing the sugar. If it can't, it goes out through the urine. If we would learn about our bodies, a lot of these things we think are mysterious are not.
Are not. So let me ask you, because the traditional protocol for type 2 diabetes, which is where everybody is, this is an epidemic globally, period, has to deal with the body's inability to break down sugars efficiently because you are ingesting sugars.
Here's the thing.
Okay.
Let's understand one thing, and this is going to be a shocker for most people. Okay.
Okay, probably me too.
It's a
I
shocker.
thought I was pretty sharp.
Grab hold of something. Okay. This is shocker. Your body, your muscle, your brain only works on sugar. Huh.
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 Are you talking about glucose?
Glucose. That's the only thing it's going to work on. When people say, oh, I'm going to eat all protein, I don't want any carbs. Okay. So your body goes through this process called gluconization, where it takes that protein. Guess what it does?
No, they don't.
It
does
makes
sugar out of it.
Because it only wants, your brain only wants sugar.
So what's the issue here?
Oh,
No, I have to. It begs an answer. It begs an answer.
That's good. Now, see, now we're getting it because we're talking about what this is. Type 2 diabetics are told your body doesn't produce enough insulin. But that's so wrong. That's the wrong idea. It's not a matter that your body is not producing insulin. It's just that the cell where this sugar is supposed to be,
to charge the mitochondria.
Can't get in.
Right, it can't get in.
So fiber is what God put in foods that greases the lock so that the insulin can open the lock. The insulin is the key so that the sugar can go where it's supposed to.
To the mitochondria.
So it gets inside
it gets a
the
battery
shell.
pack, right.
So now it's no longer in the bloodstream. But if the door stays locked, then all these sugar molecules saying, hey, let us in.
Right.
And it's building, why? Your sugar is rising. Now,
oh my God.
Here's where a lot of natural people go wrong. You were never intended to control your blood sugar by how you eat alone. So bad. Eat 6 small meals a day.
Right, that's what.
Worst advice you could give.
So what is the answer? I should call you Dr. Rick.
Okay. First and foremost, understand the body. Okay. I'm going to give you a list. I'm going to read a list of things.
Okay.
Because
you got to have to tell me.
There's only 7 things your body is trying to do. Mentally, morally, physically. There's only 7 things. Okay?
Okay.
That's the first challenge.
Okay.
And I'm going to deal with this from the physical standpoint. First is balance.
Okay.
Okay? First is balance. You want your blood pressure, you're trying to get it balanced.
Okay.
Your blood sugar, you're trying to get it balanced. Cholesterol, you're trying to get a balance because your body wants homeostasis.
Mm-hmm. Desperately balanced.
Secondly, circulation. Without circulation, your body, you would die. Circulation of air, blood, nutrients, oxygen, waste. Circulation is the whole reason for everything. That's why the scripture says the blood is the life thereof of the body because it's circulating, carrying oxygen, carrying waste away, carrying nutrients. Circulation is number 2. Number 3 is this 2-tiered thing, digestion and metabolism.
Okay.
They're like seesaw. If digestion is down, metabolism is suffering. If one is way down, then the other one is suffering. They're 2 parts of the same thing. What I eat has to be metabolized for a reason. And what metabolize means simply is I take this sugar or whatever and move it in the body where it can be useful. If I cannot move it to the body where it is useful, it becomes a waste.
Okay. And so the body tries to
get rid of
it.
Okay. You skip to 7.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, but that's cool
no.
because you see it now.
I do.
See, you're getting it. If it's not useful,
out.
I don't want this.
No.
I've got a half a watermelon, but we just had 7 watermelons. I can't eat this.
No.
And I'm not. That watermelon sits there, it's going to start to stink. It sits there, it's going to get soft and squishy. What are you going to do?
Dump it.
Waste elimination is number 7. Okay, so we got the digestion and metabolism.
Okay, which is?
The seesaw.
Yeah, the seesaw.
But number 4 is the whole purpose for the blood sugar balance? Movement. That is how you control that's how God intended for you to control your blood sugar. You weren't meant to sit and eat stuff all day and try to eat the right balance of stuff.
Right, and you're not moving.
You're not moving. That's how you get your blood sugar under control, is movement. It calls blood sugar from the bloodstream to the muscles through the liver in the form of glycogen. So they turn glucose into glycogen.
Okay.
Goes to the muscles. The muscle says, now I can pump.
Yes.
That's how they get that pump. It's not protein.
It's movement.
It's sugar that causes the pump. Okay, see?
Wow.
Now we're seeing the more you move, the more you pump, the more sugar is used, your blood sugar stays. The other thing that most people don't do is blood sugar is just a comparison between the ratio of sugar to other solids in your body. So if you drink more water, the ratio of sugar goes down.
What do you know?
So drink
tons of water
lowers your blood sugar.
Can I ask you, alkaline, does it matter?
Well, here it does.
Because I have eczema and I cannot drink the water. I drink alkaline.
The thing is this. Alkaline water is beautiful, but that's not how your body wants to keep itself alkaline. See, that's the point.
Oh my God. But you cannot recommend that I drink sink water.
Oh,
no. Come on.
No.
Don't kill me.
No.
Okay.
But understand the mechanism.
I got it.
Okay. Understand the mechanism. The mechanism, and I've got this thing. One of these days you have to have me back.
Oh, no, I'm going to have you back because now you've got my...
There's a model that I have, and we would have to show this on the screen.
Well, we can.
But it's a model. It's called The Anatomy of a Disease. And the two pillars, there's this seesaw we said was digestion and metabolism, but it rests on two pillars. The pillars, the liver and the kidneys. But across this is the fulcrum, right? Is the thyroid, the pancreas, and those are involved in what? Metabolism and digestion.
Right.
See, everybody thinks pancreas, insulin. No. The pancreas' major job is digestion.
Whew.
See, we are sick because we have let other people define for us what our health is instead of taking the look at the Creator's model and saying, oh, that's how it's supposed to work. Now let me just get mystical on you just for a second. To show you something. Old Testament, how many tribes of Israel were there?
Well, there were, I don't know.
12.
12, correct.
But those were God's people.
Yep, absolutely.
New Testament, how many disciples were there?
12.
But those were God's people. So 12 disciples, 12
tribes. Yes.
12 ribs on either side.
Right.
Old Testament,
New Testament. Got it.
Backbone that keeps my body standing straight. 24 bones.
12 and 12.
Going from my body, spinal cord, to the brain to do all communication. 2 pair of 12 cranial nerves going.
Whew.
Wait, how could we?
He loves those 12s.
He is showing you something.
Yeah, we
are made in His image.
Right, we're the temple.
But now I can take those things that I learned from Scripture and show you exactly to make it a therapy.
Whew.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
So that's on a whole nother level.
Finish up those points.
But the movement, that's why almost every plan that we have is about, people saying you got to exercise, because exercise is the great
Right,
balancer.
right, okay, I
It
got
brings
that.
that balance back to
Right.
number one. So quickly, I'll go. Movement, then respiration. Now, respiration, we think of,
Yeah.
and that's part of it, because that's how we getting rid of waste, breathing it out. But cellular respiration, on a cellular level, is how we take food in and how well we deal with it and how well we get rid of the waste. So that's respiration. Then restoration, sleep.
Yes.
But now I'm going to tell you something important. I'm going to do this real quick. Unless your body only produces growth factor, human growth factor, at 2 times. If you're vigorously exercising or if you're in a good sleep between 9 and 1 a.m.
Whoa.
That sleep between 9 and 1
1.
a.m., 71% of your human growth hormone that repairs your body happens. So if you're not asleep
Between 9 p.m. and 1 a.m.
then you're losing it. You've
Oh my
just
God.
blown the opportunity.
Okay. Because I'm up at 4 for prayer time. 4th watch, I'm up.
Right.
Been for 20 plus years, I'm up.
Okay.
But now you're telling me 9 to 1. Ooh, now you're getting ready to do something.
Now we're doing something. So that last thing, and this is for the whole entire life, is waste elimination.
Getting it out.
You will die. They call it sepsis. They have all sorts of things. If your body does not get rid of waste, eczema is your body's attempt to help you by getting rid of waste. If the kidney's not working well, the skin is the second kidney. It comes through the skin. So getting rid of eczema is not a topical thing. It's getting your kidneys working better to get rid of the waste through the channel that is preferred. Then you get rid of eczema by allowing the waste elimination to go through the channels that he determined from the first place. That's the same way with your whole life. Morally, we call it sin.
Sin, yes.
You don't get rid of sin out of your life. That's waste that's going to eat your life alive.
Viewers, I'm going to have Rick back because I'm in this. I hope that you have learned a few things. Rick, give them your phone number real quick.
513-571-9210 is my cell number. My office, 513-755-2019.
You need to know your phone number.
Well, I don't call my office
I
all
was
the
going to
time.
say, okay, I got that.
And, but send me an email, rickbhoward@gmail.com is a quick way to get me.
And I'm just going to say I'm outdone between Ron Todd on my first show and Rick Howard on my second show. And I'm going to have Rick back for part 2 because this is just too much. I am just done. I hope you've enjoyed this segment of The Power of Money. As always, be empowered and most importantly, be blessed. I'm Michelle Graves. See you till the next time. You take care.